A barn quilt is an 8x8 piece of plywood that is painted in the likeness of a quilt square. We leave it up to a barn owner of the pattern. It usually reflects their heritage, their interests, perhaps their job, and they put it up on the exterior of their structure and reflects what is important to them.
Well, in 2012, my friend Karen Gottlieb and I went on a bus tour to Kankakee County to see the barn quilts. And so we decided that we really needed to have a barn quilt trail in McLean County.
McLean County has a wonderful heritage of agriculture, barns, folk art, quilting. They have some of the richest soil in the United States. And they really have that basis to build upon. And why it's unique is because it incorporates poetry with every barn quilt.
Their crossed canoes, skimming water, dragonfly wings of lake house, blue and moon white, form a compass to unite and direct them not due north, but in the direction of life.
Richard Seahus and Carolyn Moon designed this quilt with crossed canoes on it because they live at Lake Bloomington and love to canoe. It's located at a very historic place in McLean County, and that would be along Route 66. It's a destination to come and see, and we have barn quilts along the Route 66 route.
The Baltimore Rose pattern is the barn quilt on the carriage barn at the David Davis Mansion. It's a block from the Baltimore album quilt that was created by Hands Around the Quilt Guild.
This barn quilt was created to illustrate the beautiful Jersey cows that make the fine milk for the Ropp Cheese Company. It's a churn dash quilt pattern, which is appropriate for making butter and cheese.
When I see the other barn quilts, I think these people are proud of their farms, and this is a way they can show being proud.
The Sugar Grove Nature Center was created to restore prairie that was here when Isaac Funk came to McLean County in 1834. They now have this beautiful nature center where people can come and take nature trails. It's just a wonderful place to go and spend some time with nature. The Funk's Grove site has had maple in its history since 1834. They discovered that the maple trees would give maple sap syrup, and so they made it for their families. But in 1891, they began producing maple syrup for the community. This barn quilt is on the farm of Dale Suiters. It's on a corn crib, not a barn. And it's dedicated to ISU because Dale went to Illinois State University and wanted to have Reggie Redbird on his barn quilt. This is the Brunswick Farm, and they have not one, but 2 barn quilts. This farm was purchased in 1963 for Susan so that she could have a pony. And she has lived here ever since. One barn quilt has 2 donkeys in the middle of the carpenter's wheel. The carpenter's wheel was for her father, for his occupation.
The barn quilt was a great project here at Westminster to get others involved. We opened it up to make it for the whole village, not just a few of us. And some people just came to watch. And the day they came to hang it, we had a lot of people bring their own chairs and come out and sit and watch.
Barn Quilt Heritage Trail has been so designed that it can attract all ages, senior citizens, family, friends, children. There are lots of things to see and do. You can spend a whole day, or you can spend a 2-hour tour. We have 3 2-hour tours mapped out so that if you just want to spend a little time, you can still see the agricultural heritage of McLean County.
This heritage trail really, can be a place where people can come and drive around and really get a feel for what McLean County has to offer.
And all contained by roads that mark a 1.5-century-old grid imposed upon the faceless prairie. That grid is the lattice within whose lines settlers and heirs have stitched the quilts of their lives.